Dasmariñas. Magandang hapon po. My name is Stanzi alongside Chicky Reyes. And Chicky, what a matchup we've got this afternoon.
Well, it's really crucial here para sa PCU because they're entering this game with an 0-2 record and they cannot afford to have another L in this game.
A lot at stake here for both teams. But first, let's hear about the lineups from our game announcer.
Number 30, Datu Ades. Number 31, Gail Escultor. And now, let's make way for your MisOr Mustangs. Number 1, Edok Turiteo. Number 3, Eugene Toba. Number 6, Nikki Monteclaro. Number 9, Kevin Velasquez. Number 11, J.M. Gonzalez. Number 17, Jethro Sombero. Number 21, Val Acuña. Number 24, Edward Paras. Number 33, Joshua Lazaro. Number 61, Axel Doromal. Number 71, Dio Lucero. Number 88, Brian Meca. Number 29, Las Coulibaly.
Now that both teams have exchanged pleasantries, let's take a look at our updated standings. This is a matchup in Group A featuring the PCU Dasmariñas Dolphins looking for their first win in the elimination phase, and they're taking on the MisOr Mustangs, who are trying to get into the first seed now that the Statham Academy squad has actually eaten an L.
And we've always mentioned dito sa ating groupings, Stan, okay, you can afford one loss, pero pag dalawang dikit na talo, mahihirapan ng PCU. So, a very important game for them. Otherwise, if they lose in this match, partner, that window of opportunity for the Dolphins is getting smaller and smaller.
And the PCU Dasmariñas Dolphins, this is a very young squad. Not a lot of information known about them, but they do play in the NCAA South and in the UCBL. How will they fare against a squad of veterans from the MisOr Mustangs?
Well, number one, balikan natin muna yung dalawang ginagawa nila palagi sa laro. No? They shoot a lot of three-point shots. So they're averaging about 7 of 32, slightly over 20% from beyond the arc. If they want to have a chance in this game, they really have to convert. And not only that, pati yung free throws nila medyo suspect in the past two games. In the losing effort against the Statham Academy, they shot 31% from the free throw line. Yung against Makati Circus, they shot only 57% from the free throw line. So they're getting a lot of these attempts, but if they want to win, kinakailangan a little bit better from those two departments.
If they're coming off of 2 straight losses back-to-back, is there a giggle factor, especially since they're playing in front of their kababayans here in Dasmariñas?
Alam mo yung giggle factor, yung maalis yan. You have a very nice venue here. You have your crowd supporting you. Tapos syempre yung pressure sa balikat mo, no, di ba? Napakabigat. But then again, if your backs are pressed against the wall, wala ka nang ibang pupuntahan kundi pataas eh. Diba? So I'm guessing here, yung pressure dito sa PCU might be less only because alam nila na if they get this one, that pressure on their shoulders will definitely be lessened.
They're looking to get most of their scoring from Gail Escultor, who's been averaging 16 points per game over the first couple of games. Tuscany Tita, who we haven't really seen during the warm-ups, curiously missing. He actually had a great game against the Makati Circus squad.
Okay, kinakailangan siya dito, di ba? Apart from the scoring, talk about rebounds. Kinakailangan nila ng rebounds dito para magkaroon ng second chance opportunities in case they miss from the outside, di ba? So, we're wondering if Tita would be playing dahil magtatanong dyan yung mga tao, who's your Tita?
That's a great question. I see what you did there. Another X factor from the PCU Dasmariñas squad is actually Adrian Reves, who's been a revelation here in this tournament, one of their go-to scorers. So we'll see how he factors in whether or not Tita actually suits up to play.
And they need all the help from their other scorers. Let me throw in a couple of names, diba? Escultor, Dino, Murillo, Reyes. These guys have been playing consistently from the offensive side. So if they do that and Tita plays the usual rebounding game that he does, then maganda ang chances ng PCU sa larong ito.
Now let's bounce over to the other side and talk about the MisOr Mustangs. They came off of 1 loss against Statham Academy, but then back-to-back wins over the last couple of days against the Makati Circus Music Festival and the Pilipinas Aguilas, Chicky.
Kita mo yan, no? Sabi nga ni Deo Lucero, pagod pa kami against Tatum Academy coming from a flight. But after that, they were able to win by 8 points. They were able to win by 15 points in their third game. And the beauty about this team is marami silang veterano. Plus the fact that Deo Lucero went back-to-back 16 assists, which incidentally is the record now in Asiabasket.
What a way to make a statement for Deo Lucero, who is no newcomer to Asiabasket. He was actually part of the 2022 Summer Championship, playing for the Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors. But his 16 assists back-to-back, so that's 32 total across both games, that definitely gives him a reason for people to keep him on their radars. But then you also have the veterans on their squad, including one Val Acuña, who is no stranger to these types of contests.
Oh yes, si Val Acuña, I've seen him so many times on the hard court. And the beauty about his game is that hindi siya nagmamadali. No? Steady lang. If his shooting is not there, may amnesia siya. Nakakalimutan niyang nagmintis siya. And that's the shooter's mentality that they need. And so far, so good for Val Acuña in this tournament.
That shooter's mentality, some people actually call it irrational confidence. So how do you toe the line? How do you balance that, diba?
Well, pag may Val Acuña ka, you take the good with the bad. Diba? Kahit na nagmimintis yan, if I were the coach on their side, I would say keep on shooting. Because if he shoots and he converts, then it does a lot of good things for my team.
Let's try and get more insight into that shooter's mentality from Val Acuña. He's actually standing by with the third member of our broadcast team, Kimberly Mas. Kim?
Yes, Stan, I'm currently here with Val Acuña. Now, Val, ang tagal mo na naglalaro ng professional basketball. Paano mo pa rin na-maintain yung sharp shooting skills mo?
Wala naman pong secret doon, no? So consistent na practice pa rin. Yun lang naman yung talagang makakatulong sa'yo. Eh. Practice ka na mag-practice. So, yun.
And sino nga ba ang nagmo-motivate sa isang Val Acuña?
Siyempre, family ko and yung pag nakikita ko rin yung mga dati kong mga kuya na naglalaro pa, yun, nakakadagdag motivation, siyempre sa baby ko at sa wife ko.
Thank you so much and good luck, Val Acuña. Back to you, Stan and Chiki.
Thank you very much, Kim. We'll hear about the starters as they get introduced in a few moments. Tip-off coming shortly.
And now it's time to meet the starters. First from your PCU Dasmariñas. At guard number 15, CJ Morillo. The other guard, number 31, Gail Escultor. At center, number 30, Datu Adas. At forward, number 8, Adrian Reves. At the other forward, number 18, Ram Mescoriola. And for their head coach, Juanito Belandres. And now, let's make way from your MisOr Mustangs. At guard, number 71, Dio Lucero. The other guard, number 61, Axel Durumal. At center, number 29, Las Culibali. At forward, number 1, Edurk Doroteo. At the other forward, number 21, Val Acuña. And for the head coach, J.R. Kawaling. And for our officials on this game number 3, Crew Chief Anthony Roque, Umpire 1, Aaron Cañete, Umpire 2, Josuel Cruz, Technical Delegate Salvador Cortez Jr. Asiabasket Dasmariñas Championship. Sulong na, sulong pa, lungsod ng Dasmariñas.
And there's a look at our starting lineup here for both squads. As we mentioned earlier, right before tip-off, Chiki, no Toscane Tita here in the lineup. Datu Adas filling in for him in the middle. Rames Carriola and Adrian Reves joining him in the front court. CJ Morillo and Gail Escultor in the backcourt. Meanwhile, for MisOr, you've got Deo Lucero and Axel Doromal in the backcourt. Las Culibali, the man in the middle, and Edok Doroteo and Val Acuña at the forward spot. And that tip-off of the game was brought to you by CORSA Motorcycle Tires. dominate the streets. We've got an early foul. Las Coulibaly sending himself to the foul line.
Hey, I like what the Mustangs did. Wala kayong malaki, will take advantage. And Las Coulibaly from Ivory Coast, they've been playing quite well. You know, ang bilis yung adjustment niya. And what he did, cut that ball, walang 10 segundo, tried to make an impact immediately in the shaded area.
And coming from the side of the PCU Dasmariñas Dolphins, it's going to be an uphill battle for them not having Toscanetita in the middle.
Let's see sino ang mag-aangat ang laro para makakuha ng more rebounds para dito sa Dolphins.
Not even 20 seconds into the game, we've already got a couple of whistles.
Yun yung last game dito ng Mustangs, Stan. Ang pumukpok doon si Eugene Toba, di ba? Alam natin na mahusay talaga yan. Pero ang malupit doon sa game nila, sa team nila, the previous game, although he scored only 1 point, hindi na kailangan eh. Teodoro with 20, Acuna 15, Coulibaly 20, Axel Doromal 24. That's 79 of their 102. So if you're Coach JR Kawaling, you can even close your eyes and pick your starting 5 anytime or in any quarter.
Parang kulang na nga si JR Kawaling pa mismo mag-suit up and to join the scoring barrage from the MisOr Mustangs. 12 on the shot clock here for the black shirts. Baseline J is good for Val Acuna.
That space, that's all he needed. Val Acuna and that baseline J, we've seen that so many times. And if you're PCU, you don't want him to heat up early in the match.
12 on the shot clock here for PCU. Pump fake, but Coulibaly sends it back. Long three here for the Dolphins. Doromal takes the rebound. Axel Doromal inside, gets denied. Kala ko mag-outlet pass si Adas. Ayun, nabitawan. Coulibaly picks it up.
That's one thing you have to do, control the turnovers if you're PCU. Because if you turn that ball over, kung ganito kalalaki at ka-experience yung mga kalaban mo, they're not gonna hurry. Talking about the Mustangs, they're gonna do it slowly, grind it out, and score.
Let's take a look at that last Coulibaly block. Sending that shot out of here in that defensive play of the game was brought to you by Decathlon. And one free throw is good for Edok Doroteo.
Mabilis ito, no? Mabilis sa timeout ang tinawag ng Dolphins dito.
Wala pang 2 minutes into the game.
And I can't blame their coach because you're down by 6. You don't want to have that bad start.
.39 remaining dito sa ating first quarter. PCU Dasmariñas. Still no points on the board. Tingnan natin kung magbabago bang ihip ng hangin para sa kanila here in this possession. Nice drive inside, but another denial mula kay Las Coulibaly.
This is when you'd like to see the Dolphins try to find ways to open up that lane. Di ba? Mga perimeter jumper siguro, couple of threes here and there. But while it's a good effort to keep on challenging the defense ng Mustangs inside, mahirap, partner. Meron kang puno lumilingon sa pangalang Las Coulibaly.
Edok Doroteo joining the block party dito. Datu Adas scoring the first basket dito para sa PCU.
In the last match against Makati Circus, they were able to go to the line, attempt 35 times and only hit 20, so 57%. Kung gantong mabibiyayaan sila ng ganong karaming opportunities, they really have to shoot better.
They're trying to dump it down low dito kay Coulibaly. Nice handoff to Doroteo, but the PCU defense talagang binabother yung kanyang coverage inside, and that's going to be a travel.
Gotta love the activity there of Datuadas not giving up, making sure na nandun yung kamay niya.
Si Escultor not yet involved in the offense, but Reves shooting an air ball, drew some contact. So he's gonna get some freebies here.
I mentioned, di ba, top of the coverage. Average sila ng attempts in the past 2 games, 32.5 attempts from Rainbow Land.
And as Adrian Reves prepares to take these freebies, we've got a report from Kimberly Mas. Kim?
Thank you, Stan. According to PCU Dasmariñas, Tita actually went back to Cameroon to get his passport fixed. He will be staying there for 2 months, and he won't be playing, or we won't be seeing him for the rest of this tournament. Stan?
Thank you very much, Kim, for that update. And that answers all of our questions from just a few moments ago, Chiki. No more Toscane Tita for the rest of this tournament, which is going to be a huge blow para sa Dolphins.
Biruin mo yung averages niya, no, against, or at least against Makati, 9 points, 11 rebounds, an assist and a steal. Although he did foul out after 13 minutes of action, but that's a huge gap that they have to fill in.
And I can't imagine being the PCU Dasmariñas Dolphins knowing that you've got all of these foreign players on the other squads. Much to your disappointment talaga na yung sarili ninyong import is no longer able to continue playing here. Last Kulipali inside. Dunk denied. Tumatakbo ng Dolphins. Escultor, nice pass inside. That one is good for Adrian Reves.
And this is something that they could use. Yung speed nila, yung youthfulness nila against the experience of the Mustangs.
Tablado na tayo dito. 6-all. 7:30. Napakabilis mag-iba ang ihip ng hangin. Kulibali to Eugene Toba. Finally in the game. Going to the foul line now.
So, Toba and Kulibali pinagsabay na dito ni Coach JR.
Let's take a look at that Kulibali dunk attempt. Sumablay lang doon, which led to that PCU fast break. Escultor, nice quick pass dito kay Adrian Reves.
I've seen the game of the Dolphins. May sistema to di ba? I mean, very disciplined, but they're just being challenged right now because of the experience of their opponents. But give these young guys, young gentlemen, time to ferment, ika nga. They're gonna be a tough team to deal with.
1 for 2 si Toba from the foul line. He's been averaging over 15 points per game dito sa quick run ng MisOr Mustangs so far. This is actually MisOr's final game in the elimination phase kasi dire-diretso yung mga laro nila, di ba? They had no rest breaks. So, in a way, I guess it's good for them because after this, makakapahinga sila ng 2 araw bago magsimula ang next phase.
And if they get this W here, then they can assure themselves na may magandang spot sila for the next round.
That's a 3-pointer, no good for PCU Dasmariñas. Axel Doromal through 2 defenders. Here's Acuña from the outside. Kulibali fighting for the loose ball. Nakuha ng PCU Dasmariñas. They go to Escultor. He's been a force. What a quick layup.
You gotta love that. Running the lanes, making sure that he goes straight to the cup. But what I like here is less dribble from the Dolphins. They're letting the ball travel in mid-air para mas mabilis ang conversion.
Gotta credit Carl Murillo there for the outlet pass and the assist as we get Deo Lucero with a drive.
People will expect Deo to keep on setting up back-to-back 16 assists. Ang gusto ko makita dito ay pakita yung scoring prowess niya.
And we're getting a taste of it. Isang patikim as Escultor draws the whistle before that layup attempt.
I had a chat with him. Sabi ko, kapatid, 16 assists ka last game, but how do you control your turnovers?
And while you get to that story, Chicky, let me present that move of the game from Deo Lucero brought to you by CORSA Motorcycle Tires. Dominate the streets.
Humble enough, he said, oo nga sir, yun ang kinakailangan kong bawasan. 6 of the 12 turnovers in the last match nang galing kay Deo Lucero.
Escultor from the baseline is no good. What a pass inside! That's Adrian Reves from Datuadas rather, not Escultor.
Beautiful play there coming from PCU. Nung last game nila, they had only 15 assists. So they need more of that department.
Lucero looking for those picks. Finding Toba. Acuña thought about it. Pasok bigla kay Toba sa loob.
Now see that. The younger Acuña would have taken that shot. But the veteran Acuna would feed his big man.
And now that assist of the game was brought to you by Fiber Blaze. Nothing beats local. Let's take a look at that pretty pass once again from Datu Adas. The recognition that Reves had opened up inside.
More of those. Kinakailangan ng Dolphins dito. Remember, they're entering this game stand 0-2. Pero hindi pa yan tapos dahil kung matalo nila dito ang Mustangs and they're able to get a couple of more wins, pwede sila magtablay. Diba?
That's right. And what's at stake here is if PCU Dasmariñas goes 0-4, they're likely not going to advance dito sa ating crossover knockout phase, yung quarterfinals natin. That's a corner 3. Offensive rebound, hindi nila makuha. Eugene Toba beat them to it. Lucero is running. Acuna giving the extra pass. Doromal from the corner, no good. Koulibaly, second chance. Easy lay-in against a smaller competition.
Moreno tried to pick the pocket. He did. But easier said than done. Last at big hands, easy bucket for Koulibaly.
Parang yung Lisa Simpson memes at The Simpsons. At least you tried. What a
He's my
pass down
effort.
low. Adas, easy basket.
Now, I would say, parang hindi masyadong masikip ang depensa dito ng MisOr Mustangs.
Eugene Toba inside, uses the bank shot, pero hindi pumasok, so he's gonna get 2 free throws here.
Won't be surprised if Coach Sherko Aling would be calling that out.
That's already the 5th foul for PCU Dasmariñas. So medyo maaga-aga pa in the quarter for them to be in the penalty. That's not good.
Now, pati yung kabila, kung titingnan mo, may 4 na rin sila, no, partner stand. So kung ganito magiging game natin, babagal yan dahil maraming palo ang bibigyan ng dalawang teams.
It's gonna be a long afternoon for you and me, Chicky.
I don't mind.
As we remind everybody that CORSA Tires is the official partner of the 2023 Asiabasket Championship Dasmariñas, and the 2023 CORSA Tires Asiabasket Championship Dasmariñas is being shown on YouTube, Facebook, Tap Sports, and of course sa Blast TV app. So maraming salamat po sa pagtangkilik sa aming liga, for letting us into your homes and letting us entertain you, sports entertain you, I might add.
And speaking of entertainment, may mga konting trash talking na nangyayari ngayon at nabigyan yata ng warning, kung hindi ako nagkakamali, si Datu Adas. And that chat, let me call it a chat, with Eugene Toba.
Trying to distract the big man to no avail. 2 for 2 on that trip itong si Eugene Toba. So he's, I believe, 4 for 6 overall. 15 on the shot clock remaining. Naagawan, pero nabawi ng Dolphins. That's gonna be a 3. No good. Second chance is good for Datu Adas. That's 6 points for the big.
Kung tama yung aking recollection, hindi pa tumatama sa 3-point area, no?
That's
ang,
right.
PCU Dolphins.
PCU Dolphins still scoreless from the outside, 0 for 5. Tingnan natin ulit that last missed attempt from Reyes. Na-rebound ni Ada sa loob. Naunahan niya sina Toba and Koulibaly.
Right place at the right time.
But during that scramble for the loose ball, Val Acuna was able to earn himself an opportunity here at the line.
May tinawagan ba ng technical?
Yes, I believe so. Quick substitution here. Datu Adas taking a seat. Madronio checking in here para sa PCU Dasmariñas.
Not really a high-scoring game here, Stan, but we don't mind. We're seeing great defensive stands on both sides.
We do know that defense wins championships, but it seems that there's a turnover here mula sa MisOr Mustangs. So that's a charging foul on Eugene Toba. So may konting frustration na namumuo dito sa MisOr Mustangs. Probably not as easy of a game as they would have thought. Chris passing inside. Offensive rebound pa ni Reyes. Fading away. Escultor against Lucero. Lucero wins out pero naagaw ni Madronio. Back to Escultor inside. Denied. Relentless talaga tong PCU Dolphins. Free throw jumper. Eugene Toba finally cleaning the glass.
Tinan mo yun, 4-5 attempts, Stan, coming from the white shirts. I would say out of that, baka 3 or 4 good looks. Right? They have the attempts, but they really need to polish on the accuracy. I know it's easier said than done. It's difficult if Toba's there, difficult if Coulibaly is there. Pero yun yung pine-present sa'yo ng game eh. Diba? Looking at the numbers now, they're 0-5 from three-point land. Talking about the PCU and 50%, good thing, from two-point area.
And you mentioned the offensive rebounds earlier, Chicky. The PCU Dasmariñas squad already has 6 offensive rebounds.
Oh, yun yung maganda doon, di ba?
Not bad for a team that's outmatched in height.
6 out of 8 rebounds. Tapos, on the free throw side, they've improved. Going 4 of 5, pero sa kabila, they're giving a lot of free throws to MisOr, going 7 of 10.
PCU Dasmariñas, sinusubukan nilang iset up yung opensa nila rito. Nag-stop yung bola dito kay Madronio, but that's gonna be a 3. No good for Dino. Medyo napastop din bigla yung takbo ng MisOr Mustangs, but Lucero tried to pick up the pace. Ryan Mecas checked in. They go to Balacuña, right corner. Pero nag-stepping ata, so it's gonna be PCU Dasmariñas ball.
Always happens, no, to shooters. Minsan, you have to get your balance. You take that small step. And that space, really, for average people like you and me, malaki yan.
Yes.
Pero for a Balacuña na matangkad, maliit yung espasyo from the corner.
Of course, we take into account yung mga shoe size natin, di ba? Tayo mga mortal na nila lang na size 10, size 11. Kapag nag-size 13, size 14,
wala
ramdam mo
na.
talaga from
Wala
the corner.
na.
Nicky Monteclaros checked in. Pinalitan si Deo Lucero. At the point, Balacuña's also taking a seat. Jetro Sombero in his spot. Coulibaly drawing a foul down low.
I do believe Coach Cher Kawaling wasn't really happy dun sa combination yun that worked for them, di ba? Yung Deo and Val together with Axel. So subok muna ng iba. And talking about iba, Ivan Mecca here has proven himself even in other leagues that when maganda ang gising, he can light it up.
First free throw's good for Las Coulibaly. Coming into this game also with a double-double in his only appearance so far dito sa ating tournament. .242 remaining dito sa first quarter. Like you said earlier, Chicky, a very slow pace. We'll have enough time to see kung mabibilisan ba nila. Good passing. Even better defense, but that looks like it'll be a goaltend. Las Coulibaly, he cannot believe it.
I love what the Dolphins did that time around. Binibigyan sila ng zone defense ng Mustangs. They want to go one side, they swing it to the other side, open lane, and they're not gonna be afraid to challenge the defense here of Las Coulibaly.
And it was clearly on the way down, tulad ng kanta ni Ryan Cabrera as it hit off the glass. No choice talaga but to call it a goaltend against Las Coulibaly.
Uy, kantahan ha, November 12. Meron tayong concert. Invite natin lahat sila dito.
That's right, Al James, Mayonnaise, and Nobita all headlining our Music Fest on November 12. That is this Sunday dito sa Dasmariñas Arena. So para sa ating mga manonood na taga-Etivac, para na mag-enjoy dito sa Music Fest natin this Sunday.
The purists are enjoying this. Tinan mo, 5th deadlock of the game, 16 all. Sige, yung offense hindi masyadong nagkiklik sometimes, but I like the defense. I like what both teams are throwing to the opposing side. Depende sa depensang binabato, di ba? Or sa offensang binabato.
Sombero breaking that last deadlock, going 2 for 2. And if we don't get a whistle in the next 10 seconds, our game announcer might actually get to say the words last 2 minutes of the quarter.
Yan yung inaabangan natin palagi.
PCU looking for a great shot. They've actually been doing well at finding the right basket, or finding the right shot rather. Pero ito naubusan sila. Shot clock violation. Took too much time naman on that possession.
Check that out, that last possession stand. Good ball movement. Ang PCU na ipapasok nila yung bola inside the shaded area. But the problem is, the moment it gets inside, how do you solve a problem with the name of Las Coulibaly?
Not only Las Coulibaly, but Eugene Toba. You have two of them just being vacuums talaga sa loob.
And when they kick out that ball, magandang recovery ang close out ng Mustangs.
That's something that head coach Johnny Belandres has to figure out para sa PCU Dasmariñas Dolphins. So ball's gonna go back to the PCU Dasmariñas Dolphins because of that 8-second violation.
Gonna check the turnovers later on for every quarter para po sa inyo.
9 on the shot clock here for the Dolphins. They go to the opposite side. That's a 3, and that is good for Dino.
First conversion here from the Dolphins. 1 of 7 from beyond the arc.
Joshua Dino averaging 13.5 points per game heading into this one. Great to see him get involved already. Natamaan si, I believe that's Brandares, taking that hit.
You gotta like that. But meantime, ito muna. Ganda ng bitaw, oh.
That's a 3-point shot of the game brought to you by CORSA Motorcycle Tires. Dominate the streets. Joshua Dino reintroducing himself here.
They need more of those from Dino. We mentioned one of those names, Dino, Morillo, diba, Reyes. They really need their production here.
They're trying to look for another 3-pointer. Dino passing to the baseline. That jumper is good. Jefferson Brandares.
Pag nag-zone talaga, may mga dead spots, eh. The shooters know where to position themselves.
Nicky Monteclaro, left-handed 3, Sablay, Sombrero offensive rebound, and Eugene Toba cleans it up.
Nandun yung resistance no, sa first shot, but the problem is when the Mustangs get an offensive board, problema na yan para sa Dolphins.
Dolphins trying to go for another 3-pointer. This one's from Reyes. That's good.
2 of 8, and they're starting to hum from Rainbow Land.
That's only the 3rd 3-point field goal for Alvin Reyes in our tournament, but enough to give PCU Dasma a 4-point lead. Shot clock's been turned off. Eugene Toba not exactly dominating in the paint, but he gets himself a couple of free throws after drawing that foul from Aljon Madronio.
Biggest lead ito for PCU at 4 so far.
Let's take a look at that last 3-pointer from PCU Dasmariñas from Alvin Reyes. Found his spot, shooting in rhythm. Eugene Toba, 27 years old. Kilala natin yan from being a former FSA ng San Beda Red Lions. And since his time in the NCAA, has found himself a nice little niche here in leagues like this.
So meron siya, 20, ilang taon?
26.
26. Ganon din si Coulibaly.
3-pointers good for Joshua Dino to end the quarter. And that's the type of shot that makes you say he's got ice in his veins.
At this juncture, PCU shooting 33% from beyond the arc at 3 of 9, Stan.
Let's take a look at that last 3. Parang pinwer sa panga ni Dino. But when you've got that good juju, it just works for you. And that move of the game was brought to you by CORSA Motorcycle Tires. Dominate the streets. We end the first quarter with the PCU Dasmariñas Dolphins up by 5, 27-22. And there's Joshua Dino who hit that last 3-pointer para tapusin yung ating first quarter, and the PCU Dasmariñas Dolphins kick off the second with the first possession of the game. Quick whistle agad para nagkabanggaan. I believe it was Opone from PCU Dasmariñas who ran into one of the MisOr defenders.
Let me share some numbers here, Stan, ng ating first 10 minutes, because we were pointing out top of the coverage for PCU Dolphins to have a good chance. You'd have to shoot well from beyond the arc. And in the first quarter, they went 3 of 9. tumama na, no, latter part. On the other side, 0 of 3 pa itong Mustangs. But what's working well for them are the free throws. 12 of 18 only in the first quarter.
Nino Opone with that wild shot, baiting his defender and then hanging with that extra hang time para lang ma-push up yung bola. His first basket here in Asiabasket.
Biggest lead already for PCU Dasma at 7.
Nice tip from Dino, and now he's going to be leading the break. Takes the 3. Nawala ang shooting stroke mula kay Joshua Dino, but that's their 7th offensive rebound here for PCU Dasmariñas.
You gotta love the activity of the smaller guys.
Brian Meca with the block, gets the rebound, and starts the break dito para sa MisOr Mustangs. Nicky Monteclaro slowing it down. Monteclaro going through the pick, hands it off to Sombero off the glass.
Very unselfish play there for Monteclaro, recognizing that he was able to attract the defense.
Meanwhile, Joshua Dino on the other side tried to get his own miss pero nakuha ng MisOr.
Decision-making din talaga, Stan. Minsan, you really have to pull back, make sure that everybody else is running with you at hindi ng 1 against 5.
Para ano lang, leadership incorporate, ika nga, as Eugene Toba sends himself to the foul line once again.
I mean, I can't blame, okay, itong si Joshua. Tumatama na siya, so far siya ang spark plug, but he really has to make those good decisions.
Meanwhile, let's take a look at that Nino Opone basket once again, and that drive of the game was brought to you by Jabber Motocom. Make rides more fun.
I'm not sure, pero baka siya na ang pinakamaliit na manlalaro ngayon, no, dito sa game na ito.
Nino Opone does look like it, at least from yung vantage point natin dito at courtside.
Pero may kasabihan, di ba, na walang malaking nakapupuwing. So, if he can do that, ibig sabihin, lisensyado siya to really attack that basket, lalo na pag nakuha niya yung groove niya.
Meron siyang license to shoot, as they say, as Toba goes 2 for 2 at the foul line. That's 10 points now for Eugene Toba.
And coming after that 1-point performance lang against Makati Circus, dito naman, after 20 points sa Aguilas, may double digits na si Toba.
At the elbow, they go back to Jefferson Brandares. Brandares goes up. Yes, that floater's good.
They're ready to battle at least here in the first half.
Jefferson Brandares picked up a DNP, making the most of his minutes right here. That dunk is not gonna count. But Meca tried to give Toba the handoff there.
We've seen that so many times. The small forwards, the off guards of the Mustangs, they'll attack. But the moment they see the defender go to them, dinadrop off talaga sa big guy sila.
Let's take a look at that Brandares basket once again, and that move of the game was brought to you by CORSA Motorcycle Tires. Dominate the streets. What a move from Axel Doromal.
Giving yung kanyang counterpart si Nino Opone a dose of his own medicine. It's speed against speed.
15 on the shot clock here. Opone goes to Dino. And there's another whistle right before Dino made his move.
Tignan mo yung 5 ng Mustangs, oh. Malalaki pa rin, no? With only Axel being the smallest guy on the floor.
And yet they still find themselves down by 3
That's
as
right.
we make way for Kimberly Mas and one of her reports from the sidelines.
Thank you so much, Stan. PCU Dasma is currently on the lead, and Joseph Dino says to just play this like any other game. Yung gusto lang naman nila is maipanalo to. At syempre, ma-improve na kaya rin nila makisabayan sa mga veterano. On the other hand, Coach J.R. Kawaling says na wag rin i-underestimate yung PCU Dasma. Kasi nandun daw yung gigil ng mga players ng PCU Dasma. Stan, Chiki?
Thank you very much, Kim. And how big would it be for a college team like PCU Dasmariñas to pick up a win against these veterans and pros? Nakakadagdag yan sa BDE.
Oh, it's huge. It's huge. If you're the younger players from PCU, baka nga hindi ako magtataka kung yung iba dito, ina-idolize pa nila, di ba? Or pinapattern yung game. But from a varsity standpoint or a school team standpoint, you want to beat people who are experienced. Kasi pagdating mo sa collegiate wars, bit-bit mo yan.
That's right. And even though we don't see much of PCU Dasmariñas, they do play in competitive leagues like the UCBL, like the NCAA South. So whatever experience they get mula dito sa Asiabasket goes a long way towards their next season or even their next games in their regular leagues.
And kina mo naman, you're going up against two great imports in Eugene Toba and Las Coulibaly. Talagang gagaling sila dito.
Doromal once again from the baseline this time. That's smooth.
Veteran move from Axel. Separation. Nakita niya hindi humabol. Tapos meron pa siyang leaping ability. Nag-hang time ng bahagya. Easy bucket.
1-point game here. PCU Dasmariñas still up. Lead getting tenuous. Dino wants to do something about it from the right corner. Can't get it to go. What an outlet pass from Doromal. Inside, what a finish.
That's where experience kicks in for Axel Doromal.
Jethro Sombero getting that last bucket. That's a go-ahead bucket to bring MisOr up by 1. 12 on the shot clock here. PCU Dasmariñas trying to stay cool, but MisOr putting on the pressure on defense. Toba getting that rebound. Axel Doromal trying to slice his way inside, found an opening and used the glass.
So he was quick to recognize that the white shirts weren't really set up. Some of them nakatalikod pa. And Axel just brought that ball inside the shaded area.
Axel Doromal, 24 years old from Davao, getting the love from his MisOr Mustangs as we take a look at that outlet pass to Jethro Sombero, and that assist of the game was brought to you by Fiber Blaze. Nothing beats local.
Saktong-sakto yung pasa. Hindi na kinakailangan mag-dribble, and we expect a lot of those from this veteran-laden team by MisOr Mustangs.
And you want to take advantage of those fast break opportunities. Beat your opponents to the bucket habang natutuliro pa sila kasi nagka-turnover nga.
Kasi hindi naman chance palagi na makakatakbo ang mga veterano ng Mustangs.
.6:23 remaining here in the first half. PCU Dasmariñas now down by 3. Napakabilis ng swing dito sa second quarter, which is kind of funny given how we said that medyo mabagal-bagal yung pace ng first quarter natin kanina, Chiki.
At hindi lang yun, Tingnan mo naman itong PCU Dolphins. They're not the tallest, but points in the paint, quits lang sila with the Mustangs going 16 each.
Reves, no good there. That shot barely kissed the net. And that's gonna go out of bounds. Not what Adrian Reves had in mind when he put that shot up. Meanwhile, itong si Sombero gives it back to Doromal. Two-man game silang dalawa. Sombero in the post. Coulibaly against Adas. Basket doesn't count. Traveling daw.
Again, matutuwa ka if you're on the side of the PCU Dolphins Dasmariñas. Their big guy, Datu Adas, got a count of himself, just staying there, forcing the traveling violation on Las.
And that's a huge battle to win if you're going up against a 6'6", 6'7" Las Coulibaly trying to battle for position. Another whistle being blown by our officials. Yan na, bumabagal na ulit yung pace ng ating laro.
Pag bumagal itong pace, tapos half-court game, hindi pwedeng mapagod ang Dolphins. Kasi mangyayari dito, didikdikin sila sa loob ng mga veterano. But if it starts to become a run-and-gun game, then I would say favor or edge should be on the side of the Dolphins.
Escultor with a jumper. Quick bucket for Gail Escultor, who only has 4 points. Balacunas check back in here for the MisOr Mustangs. Pati si Deo Lucero nagbabalik. Lucero forcing his way inside and just willing that shot off the glass. Gail Escultor, siya nang nauna. Had to give it up. Another jumper for PCU. Their mid-range game is on point right now. CJ Murillo with that bucket.
And you like that. Murillo saw that Toba wasn't ready to defend. He had that opening. He will take that.
Deo Lucero, still no assists. Made contact there with CJ Murillo. And CJ Murillo getting so much love from his teammates after that defensive effort.
Kung ikaw naman yung side ng Mustangs stand, hindi ka pwedeng mapikot pag matindi ang man-to-man defense dito ng PCU because they were built that way. They were trained that way to really force turnovers by their press.
Murillo passing it to Reves, giving it up to Adas. Hindi lang ma-convert. Escultor grabs it, throws it up. Gets free throws. And Axel Doromal is asking for a review. Hindi siya natutuwa dun sa call na yun.
Ako, ang sasabihin ko, yung ginawa ni Escultor was a veteran move. Nakaramdam siya ng kapit. He heard the whistle. I'm gonna throw it up.
Parang nagiging battle of wits. Gulangan kung gulangan.
And nakakapagod dyan, ha, Stan. 40 minutes makikipag-chess match ka. Tapos, parang boxing match din because these guys are counter-punching each other.
And at some point, it goes to who has the deeper bag of tricks.
Pwede yan. Pangalawa, pwede mong sabihin sino yung mas kondisyon. Diba? Sino yung mas kayang tumakbo? Sino yung mas kayang mag-break ng mga press?
Escultor at the line. First free throw is good. He's only shooting 55.6% from the free throw line dito sa ating tournament, but it's a small sample size. Third game pa lang to ng PCU Dasmariñas. Escultor going 1 for 2 there.
Pang-anim na deadlock pa lang ito, partner. 36 all after going 16 all for the 5th deadlock.
Doromal ignoring the Toba screen, shooting from the baseline. He loves that shot, but this time didn't fall. Coulibaly saving it. Acuña, good awareness there. They go back to Doromal. Doromal tried to pass it dito kay Coulibaly, drew the foul. And you could say na bailout yun para sa MisOr.
What Doromal is doing now is what Deo Lucero did in the past 2 games. Attack the defense. Kung merong opportunity to score, take it. Kung wala, set up teammates.
Axel Doromal averaging 11 points per game and 3.7 assists per game heading into this contest.
Steady rin, ano? Steady contributor.
Especially for this loaded MisOr Mustangs squad. Actually familiar ito sina Doromal and Lucero with one another because they were in the same backcourt in Arellano University prior to Doromal's transfer to EAC.
Like the action here. I like the action here. It's youth versus experience. Tama yung storya talaga natin.
CJ Murillo sizing up Lucero there. Murillo took that shot himself and drained it.
Alam mo, Murillo is just flying under the radar. He's been hitting those jumpers.
Don't look now, we've got a tie game once again. Murillo already has 4. Lucero with a drive. Yes!
You gotta love too what Lucero is doing. Tit for tat, already with 6.
They go back to Murillo here. Trying their luck from the post. Si Adas natamaan as he tried to bang inside. Let's take a look at this replay here. Lucero with the drive, and that drive of the game was brought to you by Jabber Motocom. Make rides more fun, and Deo Lucero, the way that he plays despite his lack of size, really does make it more fun.
Ooh, color. Something brewing between Lucero and, if I'm not mistaken, that's Alvin Reyes. Number 27 of the Dolphins.
Ito si Escultor, siya na ngayon makbay kay Lucero, trying to play peacekeeper siguro.
Kasi nangyari, si Reyes tried to bump bodies underneath with yung counterpart niya. No? And then after that, baka nagkaroon ng konting bulungan ng sweet nothings.
And here in the Philippines, mahilig tayo dyan eh. And there's really something about our brand of basketball na it's never really just ball.
Hindi talaga. Passion yan eh. I wonder nung tatawag ng mga referees natin dito. Nasa, not on your screens, but Jer Comaling and Leo Avenido just smiling it off.
And they know what's up because they've been at this long enough to know just what is going on between the lines. So we've got 2 technical fouls called on the floor. It's a double technical, I believe, for Datu Adas of PCU Dasmariñas and Deo Lucero of the MisOr Mustangs.
So we're gonna find out from Lem, trying to understand. Kasi sabi, nabanggit yung pangalan ni Alvin Reyes.
Right.
Nabanggit din si Deo. Nabanggit din.
So Datu Adas is gone.
Oh,
Dalawang technical ata. Is that right?
we are gonna check that again. Maybe Benedict can help us check kung sino yung nakadalawang technical. Because we heard Reyes,
Adas.
Adas, Lucero, and then Adas gets thrown out. So we're gonna verify that.
There's Datu Adas, who knows that his day is basically over.
Pero dun sa kiskisan, it was Reyes and Lucero.
So you have to wonder what was said
Interesting.
or what took place.
Tingnan natin, baka si Kim may masagap doon mamaya, di ba?
Kim Mas already roaming the sidelines, seeing what we can put together here.
Ayun, nandun siya sa ating mga opisyal. Don't worry, babalikan kayo ni Stan mamaya dyan.
3:31 remaining here in the first half, and already ang dami ng ganap in this game.
So, ang sigurado tayo is Adas has been thrown out.
Yes.
Diba? Sayang, partner, 8 minutes and 29 seconds all in all yung kanyang playing minutes. 6 points, 2 rebounds, meron siyang isang assist, and we're only in the second quarter.
Datu Adas has actually been a productive member para dito sa PCU Dasmariñas. One of their more steady contributors over the last couple of years, even in their varsity program. So losing his presence is actually going to be huge for PCU Dasmariñas. So we're seeing Val Acuña get ready to take the free throws. And you take a look at this PCU Dasmariñas lineup now, Chicky. It's much smaller without Adas in the middle. Nawala na nga sila ng Tuscane Tita. Na-eject pa itong si Datu Adas.
To your point, I'm looking at Alvin Reyes, number 27. I'm looking at Adrian Reyes. The two Reyeses might be joining forces underneath. But let's see if they can hold their own against a Las Coulibaly, diba? Or even an Edok Doroteo. Kasi sa guard side, pwedeng mag-cancel off eh.
That's right.
Diba? Opponent's doing well. Morillo's doing well. Sa kabila, you got Axel and Deo doing well. So, cancel off lang eh.
It's nice to see that the tension has somewhat left the room in the sense na hindi na ganun ka-chippy itong mga players between both sides.
Ito na, Val is ready to take the free throw.
Nakipagkamayan na rin itong si Alvin Reyes, who was actually one of the key players in that altercation along with the coaching staff of the MisOr Mustangs. Nagkakaayos na sila ngayon.
Gusto mo yan, no? Si Coach Leo Avenido, I've covered him before, watched him when he played for FEU. Really a fighter, but right now he's one of, I would say, the best preachers of the game, making sure that the young ones would be able to learn from whatever good that they've done and the obstacles that sila Leo and his batchmates went through.
Speaking of the vets, Val Acuña here at the line. First free throw is good. And there was a bit of confusion nga with the technical foul situation. So we'll update you later. Kim Mas will actually have an update momentarily so she can shed light on what's been going on given Datu Adas's ejection out of the game and the technical fouls. But here on the court, we're seeing Deo Lucero and CJ Murillo saying that it's all good, okay na tayo.
Ayan. Paspasa na ulit. Tingnan natin.
Joshua Dino getting 2 free throws here. So just a quick recap, 1 free throw para sa MisOr Mustangs kanina, and then dito sa PCU Dasmariñas, 2 free throws for them. Both teams actually in the penalty already dito sa last 3:31 ng first half.
Good numbers for Joshua. Meron siyang total of 8 points.
Valacuña in the post against the smaller Dino. Rebound there from Escultor. Nice pass inside. Muntik mabitawan. That's going to be last touch Coulibaly.
I like how the Dolphins are not afraid to risk. Kasi pag hindi mo susubukan, you'll never find out if it will work.
Ah, yes, that's actually one of my mantras in life, Chicky. If you
Diba?
never ask, the answer will always be no.
Exactly.
3-point from the corner. No good para dito sa PCU Dasmariñas. Scramble for the loose ball. Tinuon-1 nila itong si Coulibaly and it results in a bucket. Escultor caught Coulibaly napping.
7 points already for Escultor.
Pressure here from the PCU Dasmariñas on defense. Doromal from the outside. Wala pa rin. Doroteo taps it to Doromal. Inside. Wala pa rin off the glass. Doroteo, another offensive rebound, but that's picked up by Reves. Murillo's running. Here's Dino. Thought about the three. Drove inside instead. Lost control of the ball. It will stay with the Dolphins.
I thought he had a clear access there, and Valacuña was just lucky enough to pick the pocket of Joshua.
Dino with the inbound to Reves from the outside. Kinapos ang tira ni Adrian Reves.
Sayang yung mga ganun, no? Ganda ng screen, ganda ng pasa. PCU, they have to hit that because right now from the 3-point area, again, going back to that stat, they are 3 of 13.
Deo Lucero with another drive, and this guy can just absorb contact all night long.
Tignan mo yun, Stan, no? In the first quarter, 3 of 9 ang Dolphins. Here in the second period, they haven't converted, going 0 of 4 from beyond the arc.
Deo Lucero plays bigger than 5'9", attending Emilio Aguinaldo College or EAC. One for 2 at the line. Si Lucero were tied up once again at 42.
Active in the scoring department. This is our 7th deadlock, ladies and gentlemen.
Murillo going through Lucero. And that one is going to result in another pair of free throws. Si Reves naman ang titira from the foul line.
So Adrian there took advantage of Coulibaly being too deep under the ring.
Did we hear that right? 4th personal foul para kay Las Coulibaly.
Let me
For
check.
Edok Doroteo.
Oh,
So Doroteo heads to the bench. Understandably so. 1:57 na lang remaining dito sa first half, pero pang-apat na foul niya na yun. So you take out one big in Doroteo, you bring in Eugene Toba. Pick your poison, PCU Dasmariñas.
luxury. Tignan mo yun, free throw woes. You can't afford to miss those gimmies.
Toba from the outside. Into the hands of Murillo, leading the break here. Nice pass from Reves. They go back out to Dino. Joshua Dino against Toba. That's an offensive foul.
I thought Joshua would kick it out to the wing dahil may nag-relocate siyang teammate. But then again, here mo, he wants to remain aggressive. Yun nga lang in that process, nahuli siya nangahawi.
Tried to use that left hand to swipe Eugene Toba out of the way. Yung sabi ng mga officials natin, swiper, no swiping.
Alam ng mga anak ko yan.
Axel Doromal posting up inside, spins and fades and makes the J.
He's been hitting it from that area already with 10 points.
Number 61, Axel Doromal. And Deo Lucero, that backcourt for the MisOr Mustangs has really become a problem here in Asiabasket.
And he also reads a passing lane really well. Itong si Axel Doromal. Tignan mo yan, no? Slight bump to create that space. Pag-angat because of the leaping ability, maganda ang shoot.
And that move of the game was brought to you by CORSA motorcycle tires. Dominate the streets. Inside a minute remaining here in the first half. Time running out for PCU Dasmariñas. Hindi ata sila very conscious of the shot clock in that possession.
I thought Murillo had a good look na before he let go of that basketball, but probably got bothered with Eugene Toba right in front of him.
As the great Clark Kellogg would say, they went brain neutral on that possession. Toromal in the post once again to Lucero. Tried to hand it off to Toba. Picked up by Murillo. 3-on-1 fast break, 3-on-2. Denied by Coulibaly. Elbow jumper, wala pa rin sa PCU Dasmariñas. And they get a third opportunity. 11 seconds separating shot clock and game clock. Extra passing, good for PCU, but that fancy layup, no good for Reves. Shot clock's off. 12 seconds remaining. Eugene Toba. That's no good. Pinituhan na ng ating officials.
Brandares gives up a foul. Wala siyang choice eh. Pero nasa penalty na sila.
Let's take a look at that block here from Coulibaly. All ball, and that defensive play of the game was brought to you by Decathlon.
In that previous sequence, Stan, daming offensive rebounds ng PCU Dolphins. But pagpasok sa loob, di ba? Kita mo yung layup eh. Medyo fancy dahil nandun na yung mga mahabang kamay ng Mustangs.
Toba's last free throw, no good. MisOr up by 2. PCU Dasmariñas for 3. No good. Acuña with a rebound. May oras pa from the half court. Almost. But no cigar. And at the half, the MisOr Mustangs are up by 2, 44-42. What a matchup we've got so far. We've got more coming up in the second half. But first, some highlights from that second quarter, Chiggy.
Yung ginagawa dito ng PCU Dolphins, whatever is thrown to them, they're gonna take advantage. They're gonna attack it relentlessly. Sa kabila naman, the guards, after feeding their bigs, sila Axel, sila Deo, they're the ones creating the damage here for the Mustangs. But at the end of the first 20 minutes, you gotta love this. Dikit na dikit tayo dito, Stan.
And the effort, the hustle, you have to appreciate that from PCU Dasmariñas. They end the first half with 13 offensive rebounds compared to only 7 from the MisOr Mustangs.
And they're very active in getting those extra possessions.
We've got more coming up in the second half live here from the Dasmariñas Arena.
Welcome back to the 2023 CORSA Tires Asiabasket Championship Dasmariñas. It's halftime right now, 42-44 in favor of the MisOr Mustangs. Now, there was a technical foul earlier that ejected Datu Alas out of the game, but according to the head coach of the Dolphins, this will not be shaking their momentum. Okay lang naman as long as they can keep their head into the game, and this will probably be the biggest win para sa PCU Dasma. Not only do they get their very first win, but they will also be tying themselves up with Pilipinas Aguilas. On the other hand, for the MisOr Mustangs, head coach J.R. Kawaling reminds the team to keep their heads in the game as well and not to underestimate their foes here because they also have that extra giggle factor, kumbaga, na maipanalo rin yung laro. Back to you, Stan and Chiki.
Thank you very much, Kim. And we also heard from the sidelines that it was a bunch of colorful language, mga hindi broadcast-friendly terms na siyang nagpa-eject dito kay Datu Adas from this ball game.
Now, going to the highlights, actually yung maganda yung umpisa nung both teams with PCU, in fact, building a 5-point lead at the end of the first, 27-22. Pero they're using the strengths na meron sila. For the Dolphins, they're trying to run it. For the Mustangs, they're trying to score inside the shaded area. And also from the free throw line. So ang tanong dito ngayon sa third quarter, anong adjustments ang ibabato ni Coach JR at ni Coach Johnny to address those different departments?
They say that everyone's got a plan until you get punched in the mouth, but based on this game so far, parang pareho naman sila and nag-haymaker at one another.
And I'm gonna go to those numbers later on. Namili ako ng ilang departamento where I think nandun yung diferensya why these clubs are still close to each other at 44 and 42. Tinan mo yan, field goals. Ang daming binato na ng PCU Dasmariñas. But check out the 3-point story. First quarter, 3 of 9 yan. Pagdating ng second quarter, 0 for 6 ang Dolphins. But ang Mustangs, 0 for 3 in the first quarter, 0 for 2 in the second. They stopped shooting from beyond the arc. What they did was they concentrated on bringing that ball inside. Ergo, 18 of 27 from the free throw line. Tinan mo naman yung rebounds. You called that out, diba? Offensive rebounds, 13 for Dasmariñas, 7 for the Mustangs. Pero hindi nagka-cash in masyado sa second chance points itong PCU because they were only able to produce 9 against the 6 of the Mustangs.
Let's take a look at the scoring leaders right now. Axel Doroma leading all scorers with 10. In terms of the rebounds naman, si Eugene Toba, no surprises there. One of the tallest men on the court with 8. CJ Morillo, the lead playmaker right now, 4 assists. And Las Culebali just starting the block party. 4 blocks already.
Maganda yung ginagawa kasi dito ng Dolphins in trying to prevent the big men of the Mustangs to score inside. Biruin mo si Coulibaly only with 4 points. They're not blocking it, diba? They're not blocking it, but they're preventing the easy pass inside. Kaya malaking kawalan itong si Datu Adas because he's the one helping man that middle for the Dolphins.
We're about to resume the second half in just a few moments. We'll be right back with more Asiabasket action. Malapit po tayo magsimula with the second half of action right here from the Dasmariñas Arena. The MisOr Mustangs with a narrow lead, dadalawa lang. But our fans here in Dasmariñas already filling the stands. Let's take a look at some of them. And these are your fans of the game, brought to you by CORSA Motorcycle Tires. Dominate the streets. Muli pinasasalamatan po natin lahat ng mga nanonood sa Asiabasket. Whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, Tap Sports, or even on the Blast TV app, maraming salamat po sa pagtangkilik sa aming liga. And CORSA Tires is the official partner of the 2023 Asiabasket Championship Dasmariñas. And everything is leading up to the finals. That's this weekend, Saturday, November 11. And on Sunday, November 12, meron po tayong Music Fest headlined by Al James, Mayonnaise, and Nobita. You may have seen the graphics already on your screens. We are actually selling tickets for them. For all inquiries and all information, you may proceed to our official Facebook page, that is at PhilBasket on Facebook and all of your socials.
Solid yung November 12, ah. Diba? What a way to end our 8-day tournament.
Absolutely, and it appeals to multiple generations.
Oo.
Yung mga older millennials with Mayonnaise, and for the younger millennials and the Gen Z, you've got your Al James and your Nobita.
Kasama ba ako dun sa...
Manlalaglag pa po ba tayo dito?
All right.
Back to the action here. Toba posting up on the smaller defender. Push shot, no good. Koulibaly inside. He's got 6 now.
With Adas out, dito sa larong ito, I expect more touches from Toba and Koulibaly.
The twin towers of the MisOr Mustangs, they better get to work if they want to expand this lead. Meanwhile, Dino from the right corner. Rebound Koulibaly. Lucero wants to run, pushing it to Toba inside. Toba, quick shot, that's good.
That's the Deo Lucero that we know. Feeding their big guys with that no-look pass.
Only the second assist of the game for Lucero. 14 away from having 3 straight games with 16 assists.
Grabe yun, back-to-back 16, ano?
Meanwhile, PCU Dasmariñas, medyo nagsustall ang kanilang opensa dito. Probably intimidated by this bigger lineup in front of them. That's an air ball for Brandares. Let's take a look at that last Deo Lucero assist to Eugene Toba, and that assist of the game was brought to you by Fiber Plays. Nothing beats local.
Perfect pass. Put it high para walang pwedeng pumitas. And then what Toba did was what any big guy would do. Di na binaba yung bola, went straight for the shot.
Opone and Lucero dapping up kanina. Mutual sign of respect from the 2 point guards. Meanwhile, here's Axel Doromal. He had a hot first half. Led all scorers with 10, but Toba has a game-high 12. That dunk is not going to count. That's an offensive foul on Eugene Toba, already his 2nd personal. Nice pass inside, and is that Toscane Tita?
Oh! I thought he went home. Baka nakabalik na.
Nakabalik, nakasuit up. Toscane Tita making an appearance like a wrestler making the save in the WWE.
Pati ako nagulat eh.
You'll have to forgive us for the wrestling-like response. Is that Toscane Tita? Yes, it was.
So now it changes the whole complexion of the game because what was fed to our courtside reporter Kim was that he already went home.
That's right. Apparently, he is still home in Dasmariñas. And Toscane Tita right away with an easy basket inside.
So let's see if he will be the superhero here for the Dolphins.
Kulang na lang yung entrance music eh. Is that Toscane Tita? Meanwhile, Joshua Dino for 3. Momentum now on PCU Dasmariñas' side.
After a 4-0 run for the Mustangs, it's a 5-0 run para sa PCU Dasma.
Deo Lucero trying to hold Opone off. Probably feeling the heat from the PCU Dasmariñas Dolphins. Tita and Koulibaly just shoving each other sa may high post. Meanwhile, let's take a look at this 3-point shot of the game from Joshua Dino, brought to you by CORSA Motorcycle Tires. Dominate the streets.
Now I'm interested to find out. I hope si Kim will be able to help us why Tita is seriously nagpakita dito sa second half.
Meanwhile, the Dolphins are running the break. Lucero just hacking Reves there. Probably got a little too physical for the officials' liking.
Well, I have to say this. Okay, you want to go for the foul, at least make a conscious effort to show the refs that you're going after the ball. Not that way.
So we see Lucero just bodying Reves there. Siyempre, yung mga fouls like that, may risk pa rin for injury, which is one of the reasons why it is looked down upon.
Kasi pwede pa rin naman eh. Pwede pa rin subukan ni Deo to attempt to swipe that ball. But it's going to be an easy call by the referees against you if you just show them that you're bumping your opponent. Yes, fact remains you want to stop it, but you have to stop it with that intent to swipe the ball.
That's right. So, yung mga plays talaga for the ball, the fouls, going for the ball, as opposed to just trying to hip check someone or going for the ball.
So it is a disqualifying foul.
Yes. And now, Deo Lucero has been ejected, joining Datu Adas of the PCU Dasmariñas Dolphins.
Now, anong impact niyan, kapatid? 7 points for Deo. 1 rebound. 2 assists already here in the third quarter. And that's going to be a sorry loss here for the Mustangs.
Meanwhile, we've got an update on Toscane Tita, who arrived late, just arrived in time for the second half. He actually went to immigration to try and fix his papers because he had to deal with some rules from immigration with regard to like going out of the country. So I'm not sure. We don't have the specifics kung na-sort out ba niya ang lahat ng mga kailangan niyang ayusin. But the fact remains that Toscane Tita is here. He is in uniform and he's in the middle for the Dolphins.
Kaya parang shot in the arm. Nagkaroon ng buhay dito ang Dolphins seeing their big guy here.
And that ejection of Lucero has to add to that momentum swing. Tita with the basket. That's a go-ahead bucket right there. And just like that, Opone gets called for a foul dito kay Doromal.
Hindi mo pwedeng hawakan sa bewang. Can't really hold your opponent. That's what happened there in that exchange with Doromal.
So what a series of events that have unfolded over the last 3 minutes and change here in the second half. The arrival of Toscane Tita, the ejection of Deo Lucero, and now another foul. And Nino Opone wants a review there.
They really have to tell our players that a whistled foul, diba, hindi mo na talaga, hindi yan reviewable eh.
Siyempre, napaka-trigger happy din ng mga players every time they have an opportunity to review something. And ito mga review is something that only really went in vogue over the last couple of years across many professional leagues all over the world. Axel Doromal here at the foul line. Ties the game with both free throws. 12 points dito for Doromal. Meanwhile, Dino with the attempt just blocked by Coulibaly.
He was claiming that he got clipped on the left part of the forehead. Pero hindi nakita ng referee yan. Action continues. Ito yung pang-8 deadlock natin at 50 all.
Toba way outside, trying to force his way in. Gets it to go.
Mahirap pag bumuelo, no? And you give him that access.
6'8" against normal Filipino. 6'8" always wins. Toba with another rebound. That's 9 for him. Coulibaly and Toba. Look at that two-man fast break. Could not finish. Coulibaly and Tita scrambling for the loose ball. Toba for 3. No good from the left corner.
Not really the prettiest of sharing of basketball between the two big guys there.
Dino stolen by Toba. Tried to dump it inside to Tita. Eugene Toba scooped it up. Couldn't get the ice cream. Instead, Toba gets free throws. Let's take a look at that move once again from Eugene Toba. Just driving through his man. Just shrugging Reves off. And that move of the game was brought to you by CORSA tires. Dominate the streets.
For as long as your big guys can put that ball down for 2-3 dribbles, that should be fine. Diba?
And he can cover a lot of space kasi nga napakalaki niyang mama.
Yung hakbang pa lang niya eh, diba?
When you see someone like Eugene Toba move the way he does, that's probably as close as we Filipinos can get to seeing someone like Giannis Antetokounmpo or Victor Wembanyama. Yung laki ng katawan nila and how their strides are just way bigger than we can ever imagine. Toba 1 for 2 from the charity stripe. Mustangs with a narrow lead. Here's Opone trying to set something up here for the Dolphins. We get contact between Reves and Toba. Ball staying here with PCU Dasmariñas.
Thank you for mentioning the name of Adrian Reves, and apologies sa pamilya at mga sa kanya. I misread the last name. It's Reves. Kala ko, pinsan ko na.
Such a big family nga naman ng mga Reyeses all over the Philippines. But no, Adrian Reves does have a V in the middle of his last name. Thank you to one of our production members, Alvin Tanyada, for pointing that out before our coverage. Opone tried to draw Coulibaly in with a pump fake. Reves for 3. Yes!
And you gotta love that. Attracting the defense was Opone, freeing up Adrian for the 3 ball.
That's our 9th deadlock here. Denial from Tita. And PCU Dasmariñas, they are our default home team. So with that block, parang not in my house, diba? As we take a look at that Reves 3. And that 3-point shot of the game was brought to you by CORSA motorcycle tires. Dominate the streets.
Ngayon, meron ng luxury ang PCU to have more attempts from the outside, di ba? Dahil alam nila may pwedeng rebound din.
We've got Paras checking in for the first time for Coach JR Kawaling as Las Coulibaly makes his first free throw. So we're on double-double watch here for the MisOr Mustangs. Coulibaly just needs 3 more points for a double-double. Si Eugene Toba 1 rebound away.
So slowly but surely, the big guys are producing the numbers expected from them. But interesting to find out how the Mustangs will play without a Deo Lucero.
We've got another whistle here bago pa makaset up ng opensa itong PCU Dasmariñas.
Nangingitian si Reves at si Gonzalez. And I'm sure hindi dahil magkaibigan na matalik yan.
Bit of bumping. Sabi ni isa, I don't see nothing wrong with a little bump and grind.
Saywar talaga eh. Stan, hindi pa pwedeng mawala yan. Especially if you know that you can take your opponent out of his game dahil doon.
PCU Dasmariñas trying to get something going off that Escultor jumper. No good. Coulibaly draws contact. And while we head over to the other side, we've got another report from Kimberly Mas. Kim?
Team wasn't sure. Toscani Tita is back, fresh from the immigration. The team wasn't sure he could make it, but Tita was actually able to hail a motorcycle para naman makapunta siya dito sa Dasmariñas Arena para makalaro para sa PCU. Stan, Chiki?
Thank you very much, Kim. Clearly, the motorcycle, our transportation of choice, lalo na kapag nagmamadali. Relate tayong lahat sa pinagdaanan ni Toscani Tita.
Hindi madali yun, ha? Especially that size, no, ni Tita.
Speaking of size, Nino Opone with that basket off the window. Quick layup right there, but going back to Toscani Tita, you have to respect what he had to go through this afternoon.
But he has to be careful. If I'm not mistaken, 3 personal fouls na siya.
8 on the shot clock here for MisOr. Coulibaly saved it. He's by the half-court line. Steal by Reves. One-on-one fast break. Nice finish.
And he made sure that Gonzalez will just fly by.
And now the Dolphins employing a full-court press. Trying their best to pressure from all 94 feet. Axel Doromal using that Coulibaly screen. Free throw line jumpers, no good. Rebound, PCU Dasmariñas, and Escultor lost control.
Something that they can't afford. But looking at the score, lamang pa dito ng isa ang Dasma, PCU Dasma.
And let's take a look at that Reves steal, which led to the fast break. And that defensive play of the game was brought to you by Decathlon. Itong MisOr Mustangs, can't believe we haven't noticed yet as Doromal misses that layup. Actually missing the services of Tay Teodoro and RV Bringas here.
Oo nga, no? Si Tay wala.
Opponent tried to save it. Bit of frustration as it was nowhere near either Reves or Escultor. But yes, no Teodoro, no RV Bringas for MisOr.
Kaya immediately, that's what? An easy, I would say 10 to 15 points. out the window for the Mustangs.
That's right. You've got RV Bringas, who's one of the shiftier veterans of this squad. Tete Teodoro, who's a proven commodity when it comes to putting the ball in the basket. So that probably explains why PCU Dasmariñas finds itself in a relatively competitive matchup. Acuna, time running out here. Takes that shot from near the elbow. Koulibaly blocked from behind.
They're not afraid. The Dolphins are not afraid to mix it up in the middle and go up and challenge the shots of the bigger Mustangs.
Let's take a look at that block on Koulibaly. Oh, what a denial there from Reves, and that defensive play of the game was brought to you by Decathlon.
Kagat-labi pa dun si Reves eh.
Lakas makapogi eh. Pag may nasa palpal ka na FSA, di ba? Or a foreign player in general.
And I could hear him with that, yung ganon, pagpalpal niya.
And you've got that extra thump as well for your chest, right? You're playing in Dasmariñas, yung mga kababayan mo, maybe your jowa is watching, your parents are watching.
For the benefit of our viewers, Stan, yung ating elimination round, di ba? Yung dalawang team, dalawang grupo yan eh. Tatapos yun November 8 dahil 9, 10, 11, knockout stage na yan.
That's right. So tomorrow, November 7, is a rest day. So magpapahinga lahat ng ating mga koponan.
Pati tayo?
Pati tayo.
Oh.
And then November 8, Wednesday, we will pick up for the last day of the elimination phase. And as you said, we'll have the crossover knockout rounds leading up to the finals on November 11 as we show you our fans of the game, brought to you by CORSA motorcycle tires. Dominate the streets.
Ang alam ko, yung finals on Saturday would be at 7 p.m.
That's right.
Tapos meron tayong battle for third, and then in between that, yung ating awards.
Escultor for 3. Short right there. Koulibaly with another rebound. Nicky Monteclaro now at the controls para dito sa MisOr Mustangs. Koulibaly running after the roll. Oh, Monteclaro's blocked. That ball goes out of bounds. Last touch, PCU Dasmariñas.
Swarming defense being thrown here by the white shirts. Standing toe-to-toe against taller Mustangs.
And that block shot, Endrinal just erasing it. That defensive play of the game was brought to you by Decathlon. Monteclaro missing that 3. And this time, ball goes to PCU Dasmariñas.
What I like about the Dolphins is pag may bumato from the Mustangs, they're quick to identify who is the nearest opponent that I can block out. That's probably one reason why they're getting a lot of good rebounds here.
Edward Paras going to the bench here. Lazaro now checking in for Coach J.R. Kawaling. Escultor thought he had an opening. Nandiyan si Koulibaly. Passing inside. What a basket for, I believe that's Escorda.
I would quote one of my favorite coaches in Coach Koy Banal. Yung interior passing amongst bigs. Gusto na yan eh. Oh.
Dean Dominic Escarda with that move of the game, brought to you by CORSA motorcycle tires. Dominate the streets. And he just let out that primal scream, Chicky.
And going back to that thought, before that scream, Coach Koy would always say, share that basketball, kayo malalaki sa gitna, because if you have that in your arsenal, good things can happen inside the shooting area.
We've got another whistle here. Monteclaro was trying to scramble and get the rock. Ian Endrinal getting called for that foul. Both teams already in the penalty, so babagal na naman ang pace ng ating laro. With every whistle, we go to the foul line. Here's Nicky Monteclaro. Scoreless pa rin to si Monteclaro, averaging 6 a game here in our tournament. To go with over 3 rebounds and over 2 assists per game. No good on the free throws. PCU Dasmariñas looking to speed things up here. Jumper from the top of the key is smooth for CJ Murillo.
And Murillo playing, using his strengths, open jumper, and he knocks it down.
Monteclaro trying to make something happen here. Medyo naging physical dyan sa loob sina Escarda and Koulibaly. And Escarda's giving up a good 4 or 5 inches dito kay Koulibaly.
Nagawa kasi ng Mustangs, as we take a look, itong ginawa muna ni Murillo, no? Jumper guy using that screen well. But going over to the other side, 4 out, 1 in. Ginagawa ng Mustangs. They're gonna make Koulibaly have that real estate na malaki to operate on.
And with that free throw, Coulibaly gets his double-double, 10 points and 12 rebounds.
Ganun kasimple lang, ano?
Sana all Matic double-double. 2 for 2 on that trip itong si Las Coulibaly. As we approach the 2-minute mark here in the third quarter. Steal right there. Brian Mecca all the way. Couldn't finish off the glass.
Quickly, Ayman apologizes to the coaching staff. Yun yung mabigat dun eh. Diba? Hindi ka nakashoot sa kabila and then on the other side, tatakbuhan ka on a counter break.
So Escultor gets the end one. May freebie pa. Look at that pass from CJ Murillo to Escultor, and that drive of the game was brought to you by Jabber Motorcom. Make rides more fun.
Talk about familiarity. Alam niya kung kailan at papano bibigay yung bola kay Gale.
Offensive rebound dito from Endrinal. Ball stays with the PCU Dasmariñas Dolphins. Time on the shot clock. We've got less than 5 seconds. That's a 3 for Escultor. No good. Coulibaly gobbling up another board.
And I would say the Mustangs dodging a bullet there dahil ganda ng pagkakalinya ng tres na yun.
That could have been a 5-point swing, Cheeky.
Exactly.
Gonzalez dumping it inside. Endrinal with the tip. That deflection led to a whistle.
Look at that, diba? May entry pass. Pero yung PCU Dolphins, they're willing to risk it by jumping in, helping their undersized big man para magkaroon lang ng chance against Coulibaly.
Free throw's good for Coulibaly.
And take note, Stan, that the Dolphins are doing this. I mean, they're up by 3 with Tita resting on the bench.
1:12 remaining here in the first quarter. They go back to Escultor. He's been hot. Baseline J, way off. That's going to be last touch, Endrinal. Full court press here mula sa PCU Dasmariñas. About a minute left. Brian Mecca with a drive. Passes it to Coulibaly. That goes out of bounds off Coulibaly.
Hindi man nakuha ni Reves yung steal. The mere fact that he knew where that ball will go was enough to bother Coulibaly in catching that pass from Mecca.
Less than a minute left to play here in the third. Murillo tried to force it going through Monteclaro na parang inaakap na siya.
I was about to say Murillo got away with the hook. Pero naabutan eh. If he didn't let it linger, yung kanyang hook, he probably would have gotten away with it.
Did you really have to let it linger, Nicky Monteclaro?
Yan ang maganda pag meron ka ring DJ na partner, ano?
It just never goes away.
Saktong-sakto eh.
Another turnover here for the Mustangs. So PCU Dasmariñas, they've got a chance to push this to more than a single possession game. Reves being patient here. Endrinal from the outside. Yes!
Oh, that's big. That's big.
Shot clock's been turned off. Brian Mecca off the glass.
And if I'm not mistaken, partner, ang conversion nila ngayon sa 3-point shot, that's 6 of 23.
And speaking of
PCU.
threes, that Ian Endrinal three-pointer was our three-point shot of the game, brought to you by CORSA motorcycle tires. Dominate the streets. Ian Endrinal just finding position, getting the rock, letting it fly, swish. Meanwhile, Brian Mecca finishes the three-point play. Las Coulibaly out, Eugene Toba in for the final 19.4 of this quarter.
Both teams in penalty, so the Mustangs cannot afford to give up a foul here.
Shot clock's been turned off. So Murillo exercising a bit of patience here. Reves for 3. Short, Toba with the rebound. And he's gonna let time expire here. And after a 24-18 quarter in favor of PCU Dasmariñas, they're up by 3 at the end of the third quarter, 66-63. Let's take a look at some highlights. What stood out to you, Chiki?
Ang magandang ginagawa dito ng Mustangs is, okay, they're trying to feed the big guys, but on the other side, itong Dolphins, every time they're given the opportunity to run the floor, they will do that. They're sharing that basketball. The guards are doing well. Murillo shooting better. And they're not allowing the experience get the best of them dahil nagsasaywan na ngayong kalaban nila. Now, interesting to find out anong adjustments ang gagawin ni Coach Jericho Walling in the final 10.
Can PCU Dasmariñas score an upset at the end of the game? We'll find out when we resume with the fourth quarter in a few moments. Once again, we're inviting everyone to join us for our Music Fest on November 12, Sunday, dito sa Dasmariñas Arena. Performances from Nobita, Mayonnaise, and Al James. Available po ang ating tickets from Ticket Melon via the link or the QR code on your screen. At pwede ring bumili ng tickets, walk in on the day itself. Just buy your tickets here at the venue sa Dasmariñas Arena. Yung concert tickets natin already include tickets to the finals on November 11. That's this Saturday. And gates open at 3 p.m. As Toscane Tita draws a foul here. Early foul para sa PCU Dasmariñas. That foul goes against Tita, by the way. So fourth personal na yun ni Toscane Tita. They go to Eugene Toba. Tita with his hands up. Toba. That ball was deflected. Toba from three-point land, way off. Fast break opportunity. And that ball just flew right by our table, mere inches away from our announce desk. Toscane Tita heading right back to the bench. Opone taking his place. So Coach Johnny Belandres going for a smaller lineup. Ito si Toscane Tita getting an earful right now from his coach after he picked up his fourth personal foul moments ago. Eugene Toba down low. That's another bucket. He's got 17.
You love that from Toba. Quick action. Di na hinayaan magkaroon ng double team. Kaya't nakabuslo agad.
Another whistle here that's likely going against Alvin Reyes. Let's take a look at that last Eugene Toba bucket through two defenders. Quick spin move inside. Money.
Good use of those chicken wings.
Axel Doromal with a pickup. He's running full steam ahead. That ball deflected into Opone's hands. And now he's leading the break here for the Dolphins. Three-pointer. No good for Brandares. Or for Reyes, rather. Oops. Yan si Brandares. He was out of bounds.
Hindi niya na-estimate yun na medyo malayo yung three-point line in front of him.
Pero malapit sa atin from our vantage point. Kaya kitang-kita talaga na out of bounds. Ito si Jefferson Brandares.
Halos kalahati na ng paa niya. Left foot stepping on that line.
That's quite the boo-boo there for the PCU Dasmariñas Dolphins who are nursing a 1-point lead. Balik tayo sa full court press, taking advantage of PCU Dasmariñas' youth and stamina. Dumping it inside to Toba, who collided there with Reves.
Reves doing an awesome job. Alam niya hindi niya makukuha dun sa pagbabantay sa likod. Had to front Toba. And what I liked about that was he had ample help in Rami trying to help from behind.
Here's Opone. Napatigil siya. Didn't know what to do. Doromal picked his pocket. Doromal all the way to the hole.
Hindi na magbibintis yan after that miss earlier.
Wanted to make the sure basket. Itong si Axel Doromal. Opone Nice pass to Reves inside. Back to Opone, baseline J. Yes!
Ganda ng ball movement, mabilis, no? Hindi matatawagan ng 3 seconds, and good decision from Opone.
And PCU Dasmariñas now up by 1. They're just exchanging leads here. Nicky Monteclaro going away from the pick. Stops, pops, makes the 3.
I was about to say na medyo tahimik nga si Monteclaro, pero nagparamdam na dito.
First basket of the game for Nicky Monteclaro, and it could not have come at a better time, putting MisOr up by 2. May konting hesitation sa pagpasok ni Reves kanina. Opone floats it up. Reves can't finish on the putback. Doromal running on the break.
Oh, look at the handles.
Doromal can't finish.
You're gonna love the handles there of Axel, fooling the defense.
But first, that Nicky Monteclaro stop and pop 3 was brought to you by CORSA motorcycle tires. Dominate the streets.
And I think opponent tried to cheat on that defense. Inaasahan niya na pupunta sa kanan si Monteclaro, only to find out that he went to the left side.
Jethro Sombero checking back in here for Coach J.R. Kawaling. So that front court is Sombero, Toba, and Coulibaly. Doromal and Monteclaro in the backcourt. Meanwhile, you've got Joshua Dino checking back in here for Coach Johnny Belandres of PCU Dasmariñas.
Kanina sumusubok pa si Coach JR na tatlong malalaki. Can't really risk that because PCU will be quicker and faster and they'll run the floor.
And there's also the fact that Edok Doroteo is in foul trouble.
Isa pa yun. Now, interesting to find out si Coach Johnny, kailan kaya niya ibabalik si Tita dito because 7:08, the game is so close.
Which leads you to ask, where's your tita? As Doromal misses that jumper from the baseline.
Gusto ko yung report talaga ni Kim kanina, nakapag-motor pa pabalik.
Ooh! Trying to get fancy there, itong si Escultor. Also took a tumble.
Sinilip yung ring, saw the window. Actually, a good shot and a good attempt here. Had a chance of that ball dropping in.
He had a good look, just bothered way too much by Coulibaly.
Gotta go back to the free throw shooting. Binanggit ko yung top of the coverage. 8 of 16, 50%. Ang Dolphins make that 9 of 17.
We've got a 1-point game with 6:54 remaining. MisOr Mustangs 70, PCU Dasmariñas 69. Murillo almost took the bump there. Good ball movement here from MisOr. Ball not staying very long with a particular player, say for Eugene Toba right there. Toba rolling to the rack. Nakalimutan siya. Monteclaro way outside. Steps to the side. Couldn't finish it. That's tipped away by Joshua Dino.
And that switching on defense for PCU worked. Hindi talaga nakakuha ng clear pass inside. I thought they'd like to bait Tita in committing that last foul, but Coulibaly couldn't get that ball.
Ball going to stay here with MisOr Mustangs. 14 on the shot clock. Toba takes the 3. Can't find the stroke from the outside. Meanwhile, tong fast break natin, Escultor over Toba. Very disappointed Eugene Toba there.
Coach Johnny loved that. Let the big guys shoot it from the outside and we have a chance to get the rebound.
Escultor already with 12. PCU Dasmariñas up by 1 here. Monteclaro dumping into Toba. Toba got blocked. Natapik yung bola from Toba. That's not gonna count.
Credit goes to Rames Carriola. Making sure that he is there, challenging Toba in every opportunity na ibigay sa kanya.
So PCU Dasmariñas getting a warning for improper bench decorum, but the fact remains that 5:55 remaining here in this game. They actually have a chance to win, to get their first win against the MisOr Mustangs, but not if Eugene Toba has anything to say about it.
I would say ang layo ng buwelo, no? I was expecting a help coming from the white shirts, but they allowed Toba to dominate inside.
Tita back in here for Coach Johnny Belandres. Hinahanap po kanina, Chicky, nandito na. Corner three is good for Mesqueriola. That's his first bucket.
What a time to score, and that is the 7th conversion from beyond the arc, 7 of 26. Definitely better than their production from beyond the arc in the previous game.
2-point game here. PCU Dasmariñas getting frisky on D. Kaya rin natatawagan ng fouls. And I believe the PCU Dasmariñas Dolphins are in the penalty as we rewind to the CORSA 3-point shot of the game brought to you by CORSA Motorcycle Tires. Dominate the streets. And as soon as Ram Mesqueriola made his presence felt, he has fouled out of this contest.
Unfortunately, di ba, binabanggit ko kanina na maganda yung pag-aambag niya in terms of trying, not totally containing, but trying to contain a Eugene Toba. Plus, may bonus pa ng 3 points. But I think what he did was good enough for Reves to come back, nakapagpahinga, tas grind out 5 minutes na ito.
So looking at the foul trouble for MisOr, you've got Sombero and Doroteo with 4. For PCU Dasmariñas, Escultor and Tita both have 4 fouls each as well. Both free throws good right there. At sinasabi ni Sombero, tumahimik kayo. Or in the words of Daniel Padilla, shut up ka na lang.
10 deadlock na ito, partner, at 74 all.
Escultor with a drive through Coulibaly. Rebound Sombero. Monteclaro to Toba. Toba tried to jam it inside. He went down. And if that foul's against Tita, he's done.
Let's see. I thought that pass was about half a second late. And you're right.
Take a bow, Toscana Tita. Sayang yun. He only really played for 8 minutes. Made a grand entrance in the second half. Racked up many fouls in succession. And with over 5 minutes remaining, dalawa na ang nag-foul out mula dito sa PCU Dasmariñas.
4 points, 3 rebounds, walang 10 minuto. But to your point, that help was more than enough dahil tinan mo yung score natin. Tabla tayo with 5 minutes left.
And when Toscana Tita entered the game and surprised us all, it really threw everything out of whack for the MisOr Mustangs. Pati sila na-disorient.
Na anong gagawin kaya dito ng Dolphins? They don't have the big guy. Tallest they have probably right now on the floor is Reves.
And those free throws put the MisOr Mustangs up by 2 here as we approach the halfway mark of our 4th quarter. We had a close game kanina between Statham Academy and the Pilipinas Aguilas, and we're getting treated to something similar here.
Very nice indeed, our games today.
Reves, that off-kilter jumper, gets his own miss. They go to Dino from the outside. He let it fly. No. Monteclaro snags it to Doromal. He's all alone. Yes, Axel Doromal.
And that's a problem. If you have 2 wise point guards, regards in Monteclaro and Doromal, they will feed off each other.
16 points for Axel Doromal. None bigger than that fast break. And that drive of the game was brought to you by Jabber Motocom. Make rides more fun. .436 remaining here in the 4th quarter. 5 on the floor for the MisOr Mustangs. You've got Coulibaly and Toba, Sombero, Doromal, and Monteclaro. They're ready to apply the pressure here. Meanwhile, for PCU, you've got Dino, Reves, Escarda, and is that another altercation or another whistle?
May, not a regular foul, not sure if a disqualifying foul because I saw the referee motioning that a kick was done prior to that inbound. So, and nakita ko nangangatuwiran dito si Sombero that dahil may DN ito, natin. Yun yung action na pinag-uusapan. According to Sombero, may dumiin sa dibdib niya, causing him to go backwards a bit, ergo raising that right leg.
And si Escultor just created that separation. And after that separation, we got the whistle. So our officials right now, they're clarifying kung ano bang nangyari. They're checking the IRS or the instant replay system natin.
So see it here
from a different angle.
So the question here is, all right, na thrown off balance ka pero may extra pitik ba? There you go. Okay. Can we show that again? I'll try to ask lang si Direk kung pwedeng ipakita ulit yun. Tingnan mo dito there's a push, aangat yung paa, Stan, but that extra jerk of the right foot is probably saan humugot yung ating referee ng ganong tawag.
And this is a huge swing for the PCU Dasmariñas Dolphins. Jethro Sombero not only fouls out, but it's an unsportsmanlike foul. So it's 2 shots and possession. This could be a 4 or 5 point swing, and just like that, na-jinx natin. Nabati natin ng di oras.
We're not saying yun yung intent.
Right.
We will never find out until we ask the people involved. But I guess coming from what we saw, diba, baka doon hinugot ng referee yung ating tawag on that last sequence.
And those 2 missed free throws from Escultor could prove costly because they just got themselves a lucky opportunity here. Something that went their way when Sombero was called for that unsportsmanlike foul to send him out of the contest. Four-point game pa rin. Nice pass inside to Dino. Almost got the lucky bounce. Doromal just breathing a sigh of relief.
Joshua knew that Axel was chasing him. And the next best thing to do was after catching that ball, wag mo na ibaba, go straight for the shot. And he was able to fish for that foul from Axel.
Dino cannot put himself in double digits yet. And the free throw shooting for PCU Dasmariñas under 50% in this contest.
9 of 20. Make that 9 of 21.
Rebound Coulibaly, that's his 14th. 4:20 remaining here in regulation. MisOr Mustangs survived all of that. Eugene Toba blocked by Reves. Toba trying again inside. Finally gets it to go.
Oh, Reves tried. But if you give a person as tall as Eugene Toba a second chance, bababa yung chances mo of actually stopping him.
Reves against Toba. He's driving na agawan ni Doromal. Fast break here. Axel Doromal. Nice bounce pass to Brian Meca. And now the MisOr Mustangs are up by 8. Coach Johnny Belandres has seen enough.
You gotta love what Axel is doing. Diba? 16 points, 3 rebounds. Make this his 4th assist of the game. Just a little bit of everything for Axel.
That's right. He got the steal, pushed the break, gave you the dime, and gave the Mustangs an 8-point lead. Moments ago, kala natin PCU Dasmariñas was on the verge of taking that lead after that Jethro Sombero foul.
Alam mo, pag ganito yung lalaroin ng PCU Dasma, kapatid, kahit na hindi, let's say, doesn't go their way, it's gonna be a huge confidence booster for them when they start playing in the leagues that they play in. Because for you to be tested in a grind-out game with things not going your way. Tita already fouled out, and also Adas getting thrown out. You're going up against giants. Magandang ano to a test of character talaga.
That's right. It's a learning experience for them, and we don't say that lightly.
Oh, yes.
Once again, we're reminding everyone that CORSA Tires is the official partner of the 2023 Asiabasket Championship. Dasmariñas scramble for the loose ball here. Joshua Dino with the fake. Toba actually left for it. Nice pass to Escultor inside.
Your bigs, they dive in, you feed them the bone.
And there's another whistle here. Both teams already in the penalty. So that's going to lead to free throws here, as we remind everyone that the 2023 CORSA Tires Asiabasket Championship is being shown on YouTube, Facebook, Tap Sports, and on the Blast TV app. And that assist from Joshua Dino was the assist of the game, brought to you by Fiberblaze. Nothing beats local.
Eugene Toba, 11 of 18 as he approaches that 4.5-meter line. And he's now 12 of 19.
Eugene Toba only shooting 42.1% from the foul line here. Improves his percentages there by going 2 for 2, spotless from that performance.
Beyond 60 siya ngayon, ano?
That's right.
Good shooting indeed from the line for Eugene.
Reves inside, blocked by Toba. Dino, second chance for Reves. They do not want to give up here. And Endrinal draws the foul.
I thought Reves was too concerned about that contact in mid-air. He was waiting for that contact to get a possible end one and probably lost focus on converting that shot.
But those 2 offensive rebounds in that 5-second span for the PCU Dasmariñas Dolphins, that's big when you're trying to come back from this deficit.
Oo naman.
Endrinal, no good on that free throw. Kinapos.
And again, free throw story. Split there. So ang total nila is 10 of 22. Or rather, 10 of 23.
Sayang yung mga missed free throw opportunities because that could have easily erased this deficit that they're staring at. Instead, they're down by 7 with less than 3 minutes to play as Axel Doramal finds his spot from mid-range. Rebound PCU Dasmariñas. Morillo to Endrinal for the lay-in.
And that's good. Run the floor every given opportunity. But for the Mustangs, let's see if they're going to do a counter-attack here.
Toba hit Reves there on the way to the hole, but I'm not sure if Reves actually got shoved there or if it was a bit of an acting performance. Oh, isa na namang graduate.
So ang tinawagan is Alvin Reyes. So yung malalaki dito ng PCU Dolphins Dasmariñas unti-unti nang nawawala.
That's right. That is the 4th player from PCU Dasmariñas who has graduated from this contest.
And Escarda will be taking his place.
Toba with another free throw. So muli, 4 na po ang nakaka-5 dito sa PCU Dasmariñas.
Let me share with you, partner. Ang Mustangs, they have thrown 52 free throws already, converting on 36. That's a lot of free throws.
Incredible number, which also explains the slower cadence that we've had in this contest. That's a travel, and Reves is just frustrated at this point.
At dun sa 50 plus na yon, close to half coming from Eugene Toba.
Unbelievable numbers here from the foul line. Eugene Toba with the post down inside to Las Coulibaly. Nice pump fake, easy finish.
And that slight hesitation, di ba? Even if mas maliit sa kanya yung bantay, enough for him to go up and under, go for that easy shot.
Dino couldn't hit that 3. We're inside the 2-minute mark, and this is our last 2 minutes mark. Brought to you by Grab Kitchen. And this is the moment that separates the men from the boys. We were talking about youth versus experience. The MisOr Mustangs can't finish there. That ball just bounced off Eugene Toba. I was about to say that experience might trump over youth, but the PCU Dasmariñas Dolphins get another opportunity again. Timeout for the PCU Dasmariñas Dolphins. Let's see what they come up with here during this break. .136 remaining here in regulation. MisOr Mustangs with an 8-point lead here. And this game, the pace really just slowed down by all the fouls, all the free throws.
And the drama.
And the drama. But the fast break here, Brian Mecca with the finish.
And this time, hindi niya sinayang yung pasa ni Axel, making sure of that layup.
5 assists for Axel Doromal. Reves, corner 3, yes!
That's the 8th conversion of PCU, 8 of 29 from beyond the arc.
At may laban pa rin mula sa PCU Dasmariñas, Coach J.R. Kawaling. Looking like he wants to burn a timeout here.
Now while we're waiting for live action to come back, alam mo, balikan ko lang, yung 2 departments that I mentioned, top of the coverage, di ba? Free throws and 3-point shooting. Right now, 8 of 29 ang PCU. Sa kabila, 1 of 13 for the Mustangs. Both are not shooting well, pero 28 attempts from beyond the arc, almost close to their average, about 32 attempts from Rainbow Land. Puntahan natin yung free throws for the Mustangs, 36 out of 52 for 69% clip.
Nice.
Pero sa kabila, 10 of 23. Still under 50%. But more than the percentage, 13 free throws yun eh. Yung di na napasok. They're down by how much? Only 7.
That's right.
That's huge.
What a missed opportunity if this game has to come down to that. But in the meantime, we're reminding everyone about our Music Fest happening on Sunday, November 12, dito po sa Dasmariñas Arena. Nobita, Mayonnaise, Al James, yan po ang headliners natin. Tickets available from Ticket Melon. Just scan that QR code earlier. Pwede rin bumili ng tickets. Walk-in tickets on the day itself. And your tickets also include a pass for the finals, November 11, this Saturday, dito po sa Dasmariñas Arena. And with 9 remaining on the shot clock, isa na namang pito mula sa ating mga officials.
That will send Koulibaly to the line. Again, at 36 of 52. Ang Mustangs.
No good for Koulibaly. And if you're Coach J.R. Kawaling, you need those free throws to go in because each one will be one haymaker closer to knocking out the PCU Dasmariñas Dolphins.
So Koulibaly making it 10 of 14 from beyond, or rather from the free throw line.
Joshua Dino, nice sidestep. Morillo from the corner. Oh, Reves can't put it back in. And now Brian Mecca is all alone at the hoop.
And Mecca is having a feast on the other side to the delight of the staff of the Mustangs.
Joshua Dino with the 3. Ayaw pa ring sumuko. Because even if PCU Dasmariñas can't win this game, the quotient system will still come into play because of the way that our tournament is set up. Dino with the steal. PCU has a chance here. Layup Reves. 5-point game. 33.2 seconds remaining here.
Now let's see if they're gonna give him a foul here.
Ryle Meca to the rack. No. Toba off the glass.
Yun yung mabigat. Nobody boxed out Eugene Toba.
That's gotta hurt if you're the PCU Dasmariñas Dolphins. You see the desperation here. Reves from beyond the arc. Offensive rebound. PCU. Another offensive rebound. They're trying to go back out. Murillo, nice pump fake. Thought about it. Dino for 3. In and out. And with that burger, we see the MisOr Mustangs finish the story with a 7-point win. And this 7-point win was way closer than it had to be.
That has been the story. Open looks, hindi na ipapasok. Matagyan yung pwedeng tanggalin yun sa PCU eh. Fatigue probably kicked in. They're playing defense, they're playing man-to-man defense, they're playing pressure defense. But then again, as mentioned, you cannot miss so many free throws. You cannot miss so many open looks from beyond the arc.
The MisOr Mustangs struggled from the outside. That's where PCU Dasmariñas made their money, and yet they were able to capitalize on all of the trips to the free throw line and those conversions as well.
So, ang ganda ng larong ito, no? Because this will end itong Mustangs, yung kanilang elimination with a 3-1 record. Unfortunately, para sa PCU, they'll go 0-3.
And for the MisOr Mustangs, they actually are now at the top of their group as a result of Statham Academy getting a loss at the hands of the Pilipinas Aguilas just a few hours ago. So, very interesting how Group A is shaking out here in the elimination phase.
Kaya importante ho, yung mga gustong manood dito, sama na kayo because yung ating huling elimination game, pagdating ng Wednesday, baka ho magbago pa yung mga aaabot sa ating playoff round.
For PCU Dasmariñas, they can still get their first win on Wednesday, but depending on how the quotient system shakes out, we'll see if they'll snag a 4th seed or be eliminated completely after Wednesday's games.
And dependent yan sa laro din ng Pilipinas sa Aguilas, di ba? Tama ba ako?
Yes, because they were the surprise of the afternoon. The Pilipinas Aguilas shocked Statham Academy, who were dealing with some injuries to Austin Galupo.
And if they go to their next game, talking about the Aguilas, malaking confidence booster yan na natalo nila yung Statham Academy.
We're ready to show our player of the game who is standing by with our Kimberly Mas. Kim?
I'm here with CORSA Tires Player of the Game, Axel Doromal. Congratulations! Ngayon, Axel, nahirapan kayo noong unang half ng game. Ano ba nangyari nung second half ng ating laro?
Nung first half, sobrang nag-struggle kami kasi sobrang gigil namin and yun nga, medyo naging complacent lang kami kasi at sa first half wala silang import. Siguro mas naging yun nga, complacent lang kami. And buti nga sa second half naging mas masipag kami kasi sinabi ng coach namin na yun nga, wag maging complacent and laruin lang namin yung game namin.
At nung pumasok ka, mukhang napasaya mo talaga teammates mo at talagang nag-shine silang lahat, pati ikaw. So ano nangyari doon? What went on behind the scenes?
Same lang. Sabi ni coach na kailangan namin maging consistent and din nga at sa first kailangan namin kailangan namin i-share namin yung ball sa mga teammates, lalo na sa mga imports namin para ganahan sila maglaro. And yun naman na-execute namin ng mabuti.
And I'm sure, Axel, napakarami nating fans who are watching now on the live stream at even here sa Dasmariñas Arena. So, greetings.
Binabati ko yung mga taga MisOr, PRM Sportswear, yung itong namin, Rich na sponsor namin. Binabati ko din yung family ko, yung dad ko, yung mga kapatid ko, mga kaibigan ko. Yun lang.
Thank you so much and congratulations, Axel Doromal. Back to you, Stan and Cheeky.
Maraming salamat, Kimberly Mas. 16 points, 4 rebounds, and 5 assists for Axel Doromal, our CORSA Tires Player of the Game. And once again, our final score for this one, the MisOr Mustangs, with a win, 94-87, bringing them up to 3-1.
Malaking bagay yung 31-point production ng Mustangs ng fourth quarter. They actually alternated in owning every quarter. The first quarter napunta sa PCU 27-22. No second quarter, Sa Mustangs yan, 22-15. Nung third, it went the way of the Dolphins, 24-19. But nung fourth quarter, the Mustangs turned it on. Hindi rin nakatulong na maraming graduate sa Dolphins nung fourth quarter. And they got that one, 31-21.
And like we said earlier, the fourth quarter, the crunch time, that's what separates the boys from the men. We talked about youth versus experience. And as the MisOr Mustangs showed, experience wins over youth. And that brings us to the end of our coverage of this game between the MisOr Mustangs and the PCU Dasmariñas Dolphins. For Chicky Reyes and Kimberly Mas, my name is Stan C. Stay tuned for our next game. It's our main event featuring the Benilde Blazers versus Gerald Anderson and CORSA Tires.